So, he's taking the chance to explore this place as much as he can. A group of girls sits beside him as soon as he gets settled down. He agrees to drink with them, but his eyes notice that one of the girls doesn't seem as enthusiastic about being there as her friends. The girls tell him that her name is Yun, and this is her first time in the club. Her boyfriend just recently cheated on her, so they brought her to the club to have some fun. The guy didn't sleep with her at all and went on to cheat on her with an old woman. She's so depressed that she drinks an entire glass of alcohol, then slams it on the table. She then asks Suchin if he's single and if he wants to have some fun with her. The girls cheer him on, while Xiaoan and Lena enter the club and notice the two of them getting comfortable in the back. He notices the two of them, then he takes the girl by the shoulder and leads her up the stairs. The two girls chase after him as he runs up the stairs and into a random bedroom. He locks the door behind them and tries to apologize for bringing her upstairs in a rush, but the girl seems more interested in laying with him. Our protagonist doesn't have any interest in taking advantage of her when she's clearly sad, so he flicks her on the forehead and warns her not to go out and to try to stock up on food in her house while she still can. Then, he tries to advise her not to come to places like these, since she seems to be more love-minded than her friends. But then he realizes that there's no point, since there will be no future for her to worry about. It's rare for him to have an opportunity to come to a place like this, but in this situation, he has no choice but to avoid them. He walks into the back of the hall and sees the two girls kicking down multiple doors in an attempt to find him. With these two here, there's no chance for him to enjoy himself for the rest of the night. He manages to escape their manhunt for him and heads home to relax and escape from the rampaging girls. The next day, all the things he ordered, including the smokeless charcoal and the ice, were shipped to him. Several trucks show up in front of a warehouse he had rented for the drop-off, and he guides them in to deliver the goods. One of the truckers is concerned that the warehouse doesn't have a refrigerated room, which means that there's a chance that all the ice will melt, but he tells them not to worry about that. He instructs them to move the goods into the warehouse and directs them to specific places in the warehouse. While all of this is happening, Xiaoyu tracks down Xiaoan to tell her that Suchin has rented a large warehouse in the suburbs, and he also bought a lot of large machines that are being moved into the warehouse. She's interested in what he's doing, so she goes over to the warehouse with Lena to see what's going on for herself. The first thing they see as soon as they get there is the massive banquet from the Green City Hotel being delivered and set up. There was even a red carpet laid out, and the whole setup looked like an after-party for a wedding. Lena is convinced that Suchin would propose, and then guests will come in from all directions to see the wedding. Shan is still proud enough to say that even if he proposes, she might not accept it. Then, she asks Lena to accompany her to see just how sincere Suchin will be towards her. They head over, and Xiaoan asks him why exactly he's buying so many things and what he wants to do with so many supplies. He doesn't answer them, then he tells her to help move the boxes into the warehouse. If she helps, then he will tell her everything she needs to know. Shan is disgusted by him suggesting that she would do menial labor. She's planning to become a rich lady, so how can he expect her to do such rough work? Lena reminds her that this is a test for her to see if she's qualified to become a rich lady. Despite still being appalled that she's being told to do grunt work, she decides to just do it for the sake of her future rich girl lifestyle. She manages to lift a heavy box onto her shoulder to prove to him that she's not just a delicate woman. Lena also tries to help out as well, since she knows that second-generation rich people are usually lustful, and there's a chance that she could become a rich lady as well if she played her cards right. All the while, Suchin just laughed at the free labor he was getting from these two. There were so many supplies to move around, and even though the hotel had sent some people to help, it would still take a long time to get everything into the warehouse. They spend the whole day moving things, and by evening, they are done with all the work. Xiaoan is exhausted and angry. She worked all through the day without even a meal. Surely, after all this, she will definitely become a rich lady, just like she has always dreamed. Lena also lays on the floor, exhausted. She can't believe that Suchin made them lift heavy things all through the day, just the ice blocks alone weighed over 100 pounds each. But now, the test is finally over, and he is going to make her his bride. Then they'll have a huge wedding, and all the wealthy guests will start appearing. At least, that's what she thought. When she walked over to confront Suchin, the man is busy paying all the workers huge sums of money as thanks for their hard work. Then he promises to settle the remaining bill during the week, according to their contract. The workers all sing in appreciation before leaving, while Shan leans against a door, waiting for him to propose to her. Suchin walks past her and heads towards the warehouse. On his way, he thanks her for helping, but tells her that she isn't getting any pay for her work, then tells her to leave. Xiaoan desperately asks him to stop playing around with her. There had to be guests coming to see them start their good and happy married life. That's what all these preparations were for, right? Suchin is amused by her thoughts of a good life. He almost wishes that their happily ever after would come, but now not only did he sell his house, he's also in a ton of debt from the multiple loans he has taken out to buy all this stuff. Lena yells in surprise behind them. That had to be impossible. He bought over 10 million yuan worth of food from a restaurant, as well as tens of thousands of other supplies. How could he be broke after all of that? Suchin decides to lie that there's a big boss who wanted to do a good deed, so he decided to help out. The boss wants to bring people from charity together and give them food and supplies. Xiaoan can't take it anymore and lunges at him. She screams that he lied to her and has been leading her on this entire time, but our protagonist easily dodges the attack and tells her that he never lied to her. This entire thing was just her delusion, and she was left thinking something that wasn't true. She continues yelling at him while she lays on the ground. She thought he was a second-generation rich man, but now that she knows that he's broke, she tells him that he can forget about marrying her. That's completely fine with him, since no one would ever care about a gold digger like her. That sends Xiaoan over the edge, and she storms off, vowing that he will regret everything he has done to her. Lena follows behind, but not before warning Suchin that he's finished. Suchin is not even slightly worried about the empty threats. In the apocalypse, the only people that will regret anything are them.